I'm Josh Light with PoliticIt.com here in Texas with John J. Myers. He is a Libertarian candidate running for Senate. How you doing, John?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming here. John, tell me, big differences between you and your competitors in this race.
Well, I would say the big difference is both the Democrat and the Republican are trying to run as hard as kind of like social conservatives, and both of them, even the Democrat is not standing on some of the things that the Democrats normally stand for, like ending the wars and bringing our troops home. He doesn't want to cut $1 from military spending. And then Ted Cruz, who is running, obviously as a Republican in Texas, is also running as the hardcore social conservative, which I think turns a lot of people off. And what I'm offering is basically a fiscal conservative who's socially tolerant, who doesn't care what you do with your life, who wants you to live your life the way you want to.
And John, how has your experience prepared you to be a senator?
Well, I think that the biggest experience I have is probably when it comes to being a senator is having two little daughters, because I know how to say no quite a bit, And so I think a lot of people said, have you had, you own two businesses, I've got 34 employees, and, obviously I'm not Bill Gates or anything like that, but at the same time, doing that kind of prepares you to get involved with managing people. And I know that I'd be going to Washington with a team, and there would be a lot of people to help me get things done. But in the end, really, what I want to do to get things done is just deconstruct the system that we've made.
John, you're talking to people all over Texas. What fiscal issues have you found people are really concerned about?
Well, the fiscal cliff, basically the idea, I think the thing that bugs people is that they never even seem to understand, no one believed in the bailouts or the TARP or all of this. No one believed in it, but yet we're all being sold this bill of goods is that we have to give the banks all of our money. We've got to bail out these giant companies that for some reason have been building cars that get 4 miles to a gallon of gas, and I can't imagine why no one's buying them. It's just, but yet we're still going to bail those companies out at the same time. So those are the big issues that I see, that people who are voting for me or people who are coming over to my point of view are seeing that the government is really paid off. It's the banks and the war machine and the insurance companies for the Democrats, and it's a nonstop. Everybody is paid off from one side to the other, and we just sit there and made to believe that they're actually doing us any good, and in the end they're really not. They're just working for their private interest. Whenever the government tells you, hey, I've got this thing I want to do, if you look behind it, you'll see the company that wants the government to tell you that they've got this thing they want to do, because in the end that's who benefits.
And John, what social issues have you found people are concerned about here in Texas?
Well, the ones that are going to vote for me, there's two kinds. There's flat out people who are not social conservatives, but you'll find that you have people who, on the social conservative strata, there's still people out there that believe that whether they like it or not, you still have a right to do it. You know what I mean? Whether I'm involved, if it's being gay or whatever, it's not. It's like, well, you can be gay. It doesn't mean I'm gay. The funniest thing that's happened on this campaign is a blitzkrieg of people putting weird things on my Facebook that say like, well, if we allow people to marry gay people, then there won't be any more kids. And it's like, you need to come out of the closet. Because if you believe that if gays were just allowed to marry, all of a sudden there'd be no more kids, you need to come out of the closet. That's all I'm saying, Now,
John, we look at your online influencer IT score. What are you doing to improve that?
Well, we're constantly putting things up on our Facebook, and the great thing is that we're getting for a libertarian, we don't get a lot of media. But when we do, we're really putting that out there to get people to share that and get people to get our name out there, and then checking our Google ranking and see how that goes. And then when we come back, we still do our mailers that include all the media and go to our Facebook, and then our Twitter is connected to our Facebook, and we use that too. And then the slight trick that I have that causes an uptick is I've unfortunately for my friends am using my regular Facebook account to help channel people to my congressional Facebook account, and to get people over to that. And then everything that we do on our on the Senate Facebook account goes to our Twitter.
John, how's the campaign going right now?
Well, I totally got this in the bag. Absolutely. No, the thing that you have to realize when you're a libertarian is you're running. To me, it's about the message. It's like, I don't have to win. I have to be right. It's more important to be right than to win. And the other thing is you keep in mind is when you get a pretty good percentage as a libertarian, what your hope is that the Democrats and the Republican look at that and go, oh my God, how is this guy getting 6%? How is this guy getting 10%? How is he doing this? And then you want them to go, you remember that whole thing about ending the wars and letting people live their life as they see fit and stopping Goldman Sachs, which Ted Cruz happens to be a part of. You know what I mean? Those things I talked about, those are things that resonate with people. And though you guys ignore those issues and you guys seem to think that that's not a big deal with some people, I'm getting those percentages because I'm saying it. Maybe you should consider saying it or acting on it.
And John, where can people go to learn more about you?
They can go to johnjaymyers.com, which is JOHNJAYMYERS.com.
Thanks, John.
Thank you very much.